Following is a Thorf TV production brought to you in cooperation with Jack Thorfinson. Ladies and gentlemen, live from Thorf TV, it's the SOCS Show! Brought to you from Mr. Holster's Ranch way up north near the Canadian border. Let's have a big round of applause, because here he comes direct from the bar, Mr. Holster! I bet he's coming from the bar, Jack. Who's rolling him in? That Mr. Holster's the biggest. Oh, Mr. Holster, hey! Yeah, that's me. Howdy, pards. It's me, Mr. Holster. And Jack. What did you get out tonight, Jack? Oh, you got out the Wild Turkey 101. We haven't even opened this up yet, Jack. No. This came from our good friend Gerald. I'll put a link to his channel right up above. You might want to go check him out. Well, this is the first time we're going to use this, Jack. I'm glad you got it out since you're going to leave on your big trip to SHOT Show. We should have a few together before you go. Well, let's pop the top on this one, as Machine Gun Kelly would say. My glass is blocking me. Well, this is a complicated one, Jack. You should have pre-opened it for me. But wait, I think we can do it with our Spidey Endura here. Ought to be able to get this thing open. Tell you, this is pretty well. There we go. Okay. Ready, Jack? Let's pop the top on this, as Machine Gun Kelly would say. Oh, a real cork. Oh, my, Jack. Jack, check that out, buddy. Yeah, good stuff, huh? Okay, guys, take a whiff of that old. That's a beauty cork, too, isn't it? The real deal. Yeah, nothing but the best from Gerald. Oh my gosh, that smells good. Well, let's take the old ranch shot glass. Oh my gosh. West Texas Dust. All things in moderation, and this is Wild Turkey 101 Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. And I assume the 101 is 101 proof. It is, Jack. It's 50.5% alcohol by volume. That's 101 proof, Jack. Jack, seriously. Yeah. You know, the show's on, man. We'll pour a little in the old shot glass. All things in moderation. That's pretty moderate, I think. Yeah, well, that's for Mr. Holster. We'll pop the top back in this. Machine Gun Kelly can pop the top himself if he ever shows up. You ready, Jack? I can put my Spidey Co-Enduro away. You ready? Here we go, buddy. Yeah, this is an elaborate deal tonight. I'm going to move my glass over here. We also have a nice Imperial Jack Double IPA, India Pale Ale, 8.5% alcohol by volume, 75 IPU from the Rhinelander Brewing Company. They're out of Rhinelander, Wisconsin. Actually, they're out of Monroe, but I think that butts up against Rhinelander. But we'll put that aside. We'll have our... you know, we better pop the top on that too before we have the drink. It may be too much for Mr. Holster. He may need a chaser here. We'll pop the top on this, as Machine Gun Kelly would say. Yeah, you got two plugs. 2 plugs tonight, Machine Gun. Oh, there we go. I do like these. This is my favorite IPA, I will say. The old Imperial Jack Double IPA. Isn't that right, Jack? Yeah, Jack likes it too. Good stuff. Jack, you like all those things that are your namesake. You like Jack Daniels. You like Imperial Jack Double IPA. Okay, ready? Yeah, we're into this for like 5 minutes. We haven't even got the show started yet. To the sunny slopes of long ago. Oh. That doesn't heat you up and cool you down all at the same time. Mm-mm-mm. That's really good, Jack. Well, you're going to like it, Jack. Oh. Very good. Thank you, Gerald. Thank you. Hey, Jack, you didn't turn my flood on. Jack, you didn't turn my flood on. They can't see my face here, Jack. No, you stay there. I'll do it. But seriously, Jack, this is your channel. You don't have that excuse anymore. There, I look better, don't I? Don't you think, Jack? Jack, do I look better? Jack. Don't give me that look. I think I look better, Jack. That's not even my good side either. Yeah. You set this up this way purposely so my bad side is that way. I know you. I know you, Jack. Anyway, Jack and I, we were down at the VFW last night because Jack's getting ready for his big trip to SHOT Show. He's going to get in the car. Yeah, he's getting the car on Saturday morning and he's going to SHOT Show. And yeah, when you're seeing this, this is pre-recorded. What we're going to do tonight is we're going to do this little beginning and an ending. And in the center of this program, you'll be seeing footage from Jack's road trip down to Vegas. Yeah, we're going to put that in the center here. So we have a SHOT Show while Jack's gone. Because I can't do the SHOT Show without Jack. I really can't, Jack. You are the show. Yes. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to put it in between here. So can I do the monologue now, Jack? I forgot to explain that to him right at the beginning. But okay. So Jack and I were down at the VFW last night having a few beers. And we started talking. And I said to Jack, Jack, you know what they say? They say you really don't live till you're out of your comfort zone. And Jack said, well, I guess I'm never going to live then. And I said, why? He says, because there's no way I'm going to date Rosie O'Donnell. And I said, Jack, yeah, you shouldn't pick on Rosie O'Donnell. She's had a tough life. She just recently has gotten divorced from her wife, and she's started to put on a little weight. Matter of fact, she's put on so much weight, Jack, that now every time she wears high heels, she hits oil. She just went to the Macy's parade recently. Yeah, she was wearing ropes. I was watching a movie just the other day that she was in, and during part of the movie she started jumping up and down and my TV fell off the wall. Yeah. When she was a kid, I'm not going to say she was a homely kid or anything, but her parents took her to the beach, and the first thing everybody asked her parents when they got there is what they used for bait. And the parents bought her a puppy for Christmas, and they had to tie pork chops around her neck to get the puppy to play with her. Yeah. Well, you wrote it, Jack. Yeah, that's the monologue. It was a Rosie O'Donnell monologue. And you didn't even put it on cocktail napkins this week. I'm starting to get to the point where I can't do the monologue unless it's on a soggy cocktail napkin, I swear. Before we look at some of the shots of Jack's road trip, I wanted to show you this real quick. And that's my Sig P210. I really enjoy this gun, and they seem to have discontinued this gun because they brought out a new one called the Sig 365, and you're supposed to be able to carry it 365 days of the year. And actually, the size of the gun is slightly smaller than a Glock 26. So it's going to be competing with the Shield, Glock 26, and the Springfield XDS. That Jack's he's just beat, I tell you. He's been packing all week long for the trip. I don't know what he thinks he's going to do when he goes down there, but he packed 3 tuxedos. I mean, seriously, Jack. 3 tuxedos, Jack? You really need to have 3 tuxedos for your trip? Seriously? Not to mention, actually, technically it's 4, but you don't call tails tuxedo. Nobody wears tails anymore, Jack. Why would you take tails? Anyway, that new Sig is really, it really looks interesting because the size on it is a little bit thinner. Actually, it's quite a bit thinner because it's less than an inch wide. So it's quite a bit thinner than a Glock 26, dimensionally about the same size otherwise, but it has a 10-round magazine with a flat floor plate, 10 rounds. Which I find that very interesting. I'm kind of interested. You know, it is a polymer frame gun again, and so it really can't replace this, can it? No, it can't. But that's the concept, and this actually isn't as small a gun as yeah, it's still a pretty large gun because it's quite thick, and it's got a single stack magazine, a 7-round magazine. So you're going to get 3 extra rounds with the other one, which is, you know. This is a 40 Smith & Wesson, though. In the 9mm, you'd have an 8-round, I think it's an 8-round magazine. Is that what the 239 is in the, it's out cold. At any rate, so I just thought I'd mention that because I find it interesting. They brought that out, and they discontinued this. They did bring back their P2, what's it, 225 jack? The smaller compact version of the 226, which it's really almost identical to this in dimensions, really. So, at any rate, yeah, I really, really like this gun. This is one of the nicest guns I've ever owned. I will say that. Thought I'd bring that out. Well, we'll put it away. I thought I'd bring that out and mention that and talk about that real quick before we look at some of the footage from Jack's trip. Okay, here's Jack in his car. He was so excited to go, got the car all packed. Off he went. Got to the interstate and stopped at the truck stop for breakfast. What a nut. And a lot of pictures of his car in this, by the way. And here he is in Iowa. He had a milkshake for lunch, he said, chocolate milkshake. This was a picture of the waitress that helped him. He said, oh, he almost gagged. Here's a picture of John Wayne's birth house. I said, Jack, it's so out of focus. And he said, well, that's the best I could do. It was a lot of my way to go there to get a picture of it for you. I did it out of the car as I went by at 85 miles an hour. You're lucky you got the picture. Here he is in Kansas City. He stopped in the afternoon, thought he'd go in and get a beer at this nightclub, and they weren't really open. These guys apparently were practicing or rehearsing for that night, but he had a beer anyways. Jack can sweet talk anybody. He sweet talked the waitress, and she got him a beer, a Rogue Sriracha beer. He said he had it because he thought about New Mexico sharpshooter would probably order that. And he said, yeah, here's a picture of the waitress that I sweet-talked. He said, man, that was tough having to do that. There he is back in his car again. Here he is, Oklahoma City. And it's so confusing why he did this, but he's in Oklahoma City. He went to the Western Heritage, National Western Heritage Museum. He wanted to see those guns from the shootist that John Wayne had, those 2 Rugers, the match pair of Rugers that were engraved. And so he went in and he saw those, and enjoyed himself, and then he left there and he was trying to find this blue whale, and this gentleman helped him. And he said the guy had the greatest looking horse. He let me ride it for a while, and he said he really enjoyed it. It was good to stretch his legs, from all that driving and get on that horse. And he got back in his car, off he went to find that blue whale, and there it is. I don't know why he wanted to go. It was a long ways out of his way. I don't know why he wanted to go to see that blue whale, but he did. Got a picture of it, and he's back in his car. He's going again, and he's headed off to Amarillo, Texas, and he went to the American Quarter Horse headquarters so he could do a little research on Painty and Dottie's great-grandfather, Doc Barr, and that's a picture of Doc Barr there. Then he went over to the Big Texan to have a steak. He wanted to have that 72-ounce steak. He eat it all, and it's free. Otherwise, it costs you $72. So he didn't realize that you had to eat everything, and the steak, potatoes, and everything. But he said he did it. But what he didn't realize is the drinks weren't included, and he ran up a bar bill of $157.85 drinking Jack Daniels, and he didn't know what to do because he didn't have that money. So he went to the bathroom, and fortunately the bars on the window in the bathroom were wide enough that he was able to slip through, he said. And he was having a little trouble getting down from the window, and this gentleman came along and gave him a hand, and he talked to the guy for a while, and the guy turned him on to this place, this go-go bar, and he went went over there to have a few drinks. He said it was really fun, except for one of the dancers tried to steal his wallet, and he had to make a citizen's arrest. This gentleman helped him after he made the citizen's arrest. And yeah, here's a picture of the gal that he arrested. I don't know what Jack was doing with the handcuffs to start with, but at any rate, here he is back in his car, heading on the road again, and he says he promises he's going to get us lots of good footage. Well, there you go, guys. From Mr. Holster and Jack, we hope you enjoyed the show, and we hope you enjoyed the snapshots from Jack's road trip on the way down to Vegas, and I'm sure there'll be a lot more in the weeks to come. There better be, because yeah, we're spending a lot of money on this, and I'm sure by when Jack hits Vegas, I really doubt he said when we talked about this, about him going, he said not to worry, he would come back rolling in dough. Yeah, the little bit we're spending on sending him down there, he's going to make 10 times over before he comes back. And I said, no, Jack, no. No gambling, Jack. Just go down there, get some footage of the guns, and come back. And, of course, the shots we got tonight, we can see, yeah, there's not a lot of hope for that. Okay, there you go. Thanks for tuning in, guys, from Mr. Holster and Jack. Thanks for subscribing to his channel, and thanks for watching the SOCS Show. Till next time, go out and stay safe.